Remember these wildfires in East London last summer? We asked London Fire Brigade, how prepared is the capital this year?
And UN climate scientists say global temperatures during the first week of July were the hottest on record. A combination of climate change and the El Niño weather pattern. This is Madrid, where temperatures are soaring.
Now, you may remember this. It's almost a year since a wildfire ripped through the East London village of Wennington. 16 homes were destroyed. It's one of many blazes in record-breaking temperatures, making it the busiest day for London Fire Brigade since World War II. As today, a review into the response of the brigade was published. Is the capital now better prepared for future wildfires? Here's Lakshmi Gopal.
A year ago, London was burning. 16 homes in Wennington, East London, were destroyed in one of several fires across the capital on the 19th of July. More than 2,500 calls to the fire service on that single day. Today, the London Fire Brigade demonstrated new equipment, part of its plan to be prepared for whatever this summer might bring.
This hose with holes in it that creates this water spray about 2 metres high, 2.5 metres either side, so it creates like a 5 metre dampened down fire break between your kind of rural area and then your urban homes that we're trying to protect. So this is your kind of last point of defence between your open areas and your people's homes.
A report into how the service responded to last July's wildfires has been published today after a Freedom of Information request by the BBC. It found that firefighter shortages meant 39 fire engines weren't available to help with those incidents.
The London Fire Brigade has suffered some of the worst cuts in history over the past 13 years, forced through by Boris Johnson as the then Mayor of London. And the truth is that those cuts have consequences. If you have fewer firefighters and fewer fire engines, then it's going to make it more difficult to respond to major incidents like this.
With planning ahead and actually planning according to the weather forecast, the London Fire Brigade is much better equipped to manage surge events such as we saw last summer with the devastating fires.
Is that enough to compensate for the number of jobs lost?
We're confident that with the approach the London Fire Commissioner has taken to adjusting how they manage the overtime, that there will be sufficient firefighters on the run, and he's given that assurance to the Mayor.
Residents in Wennington whose properties were destroyed are still waiting for them to be rebuilt. The lost homes an invisible mark of what the village suffered.
There's big gaps where houses used to be, so there are those constant reminders, and I think when you move into the summer period and the hot weather, it does take people back to a year ago and the devastating effects of the fires on that fateful day back in July.
London Fire Brigade staff are praised in the report for responding, in its words, to the unprecedented demand with bravery, tenacity and determination. Its work to improve its readiness includes a message of prevention, which everyone can help with.
Well, the first thing we're asking people to do is consider bringing a picnic rather than barbecues to some of these sites. It's the barbecues that are causing many of the fires. We're also asking people if they can help us by taking their rubbish home so that glass bottles and shiny surfaces aren't left to create fires.
The brigade saw one of its busiest days of the modern firefighting era last year. With extreme weather becoming more frequent, it'll have to be prepared for perhaps more busy summers ahead. Lakshmi Gopal, BBC London.